Hi, I'm Mike Pizzone, and we're here at Nadowich Field at Brattleboro Union High School for our very first game of the week this season. And we've got the Hartford Hurricanes traveling down 91, and they're here to face the Brattleboro Colonels for week 1. And I'm here with Dave Nelson. And Dave, let's talk about this matchup here. We got two teams that didn't have the best of records last year, but I think they're both out here trying to prove it's a new season.
Indeed, it's a new season. Very intriguing matchup when you evaluate it. They're coming off what they consider horrific seasons. Brattleboro with just 1 win, Hartford with 3. Both teams want to start anew, and this is the time right now.
Well, it's official. The new season has begun. A liner kick picked up by number 52, and he's tackled shortly after gaining the ball at just about the 39-yard line.
That was Alex Harrison in on the tackle. But we'll see what, and there's a lot of people who are interested in this game. They want to see how they're going to react from last year. Brattleboro, in their case, they got a first-year coach, and obviously Hartford has a second-year coach. So a lot of intrigue here. Yep. And Brattleboro set to go, man in motion, handoff inside, but it's not going to go very far. That was
Colton Ravina there on the carry. I think he lost about a yard there on that play.
Ravina, well, let's call it a no gain. Well, no, they're going to give him about a half a yard, I guess. Beautiful night for football too.
You can't ask for a better night.
I just can't recall what happened this summer. Here we are.
And that's junior Tony Martinez lined up under center. We're actually using the shotgun right now. Takes the snap, hands it off. Chiquite with the carry. That's about a gain of 1, just across the 40-yard line now.
And then Hartford defense showing some stubbornness. Keaton Simmons in on the tackle, a defensive end for Hartford.
That's right, and this is going to be a key third down for him now. It's 3rd and long, and see if Hartford can get themselves off the field and get their offense going.
Martinez under center, 1 wide out to the far side.
Martinez takes the snap under center, hands it. Oh, drops back to pass. Let's slow a pass.
And he's got it.
Great defense on the play, but that's caught.
That's a case of the receiver coming back to the ball.
Taylor King making a great play, coming back to the ball like you said, and able to bring down that for a big first down for Brattleboro here in the first quarter.
Quarterback Tony Martinez, he just put it up there for grabs. That was anybody's ball, but the receiver had the presence of mind to come back for that ball.
That's right. Give King a lot of credit there for making that grab possible. Martinez takes the snap, hands it off to Chiquite. Chiquite with a run on the side.
30 to the 25.
Gets a good 6 yards on that. Going to bring him up to the 25-yard line.
Nice run, and on the tackle for Hartford, number 12, Tyler Hamilton.
Tackle number 12, it's Tyler Hamilton.
We're looking about at a 2nd and 4 right now here.
2nd and 4, you got it.
Martinez back under center.
Let's see if he puts that in the air here, or they're going to elect to stay on the ground now that they're down this. They're going to stay on the ground. This tackle, but almost pulled it off for a loss.
Yep, looks like Ravina got about a yard on that play. About a yard or a no gain, still on the 25-yard line.
3rd down.
It's going to bring up about a 3rd and 3 here. Another 3rd down opportunity to Hartford, see if they can get off the field here.
No gain, 3rd down and 4.
It'll be interesting to see what Brattleboro comes up with on this play call.
Martinez in the shotgun. They got a man in motion. Hands it off to Chiquite. Chiquite gets the first down and more. He's going to score. Or just short of the end zone.
Power on his part. He broke about 3 tackles. If we can take another look at that replay, you will see what the definition of power running is. He breaks at least 3 tackles on that.
He did not stop after the first contact and kept those legs moving. Thought it was going to be over the goal line there, but I guess not.
Just short.
Just about the 4-yard line, but 1st and goal. Chiquite with it again.
And down he goes. He's not in.
He's about 1 yard short now.
Carry for Brattleboro. Hunter Perkins, number 43.
Well, I think that's a name you're going to hear a lot tonight, Chiquite, because he's certainly an athlete who can move his legs and keep him going after contact.
Hunter Perkins making the touchdown-saving tackle for the Hurricanes on that last play.
Martinez under center. Hands it off to Chiquite again, who gets hit hard.
And nothing doing. They didn't get in.
Chiquite, stop short.
Well, that's going to be yet another third down opportunity for the Hartford defense. So far, they're 0 for 2 on third down. Let's see what they can do with their backs to their own end zone.
And for Hartford, Tyler Hamilton once again leading the tackle, the group of tacklers, but he was the first man there. Hartford showing some good goal line defense.
So it's 3rd and goal from the 1 yard line. Martinez under center, man in motion.
And they're going to give, no, it's a quarterback keeper
Trying to get in.
And he gets in. Fooled everyone with that play. Martinez gets in the end zone for Brattleboro's first touchdown of the year.
It was a 1 yard run, and I'll tell you, when you say he got in, he just barely got in.
Just a reminder, make sure you tune in every week for the River Valley and Kearsarge Chronicles for the who, what, where, and when shows of the region. They premiere at 7:30 p.m. every Tuesday and Thursday right on YCN, your local view.
So at the 8:20 mark of the first quarter, Colonels go up on top 6-0, and they look like they're going to attempt the point after kick.
Yep, that's Jason Gagnon back to attempt the extra point.
Brattleboro with an impressive drive here to start.
And the snap is down. Gagnon puts up the cook.
Perfect.
And it's good. Brattleboro takes the 7-0 lead, and we're going to take a quick break here at your YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. We're here with Brattleboro up 7-0 over Hartford Hurricanes early here in the first quarter of the Week 1 season opener for both teams.
And again, Mike, not to be redundant, but it snuck up on us. Here we are, all of a sudden in a booth once again, and footballs are flying in the air. Beautiful night for the first game of the year, which is just, I would say, just about ideal. Appears to be no wind, very pleasant temperature, and a good crowd on hand here.
Brattleboro with the 7-0.
Brattleboro set to kick it off here. And we're going to see Hartford's offense on the field for the first time today.
McLaren will take it inside the 10-yard line. Comes to the
McLaren gets the ball.
At the 20.
Good return of about 10 yards on that. And that's going to set Hartford's offense up from its own 23-24-yard line.
Making the tackle for Brattleboro is Alex Harrison. We've called his name already for the Colonels.
Just a reminder, if your business is interested in advertising on YCN or you'd like your team to be televised, give us a call or email at info@ycnnow.com.
Let's see what the Hurricanes do. They've been known for their wing T offense. Let's see what they got. And of course, the focal point right there is under center, Bryce Landon, the junior quarterback. They're expecting big things from him.
Bryce takes the snap, pitches it over to McLaren, and McLaren gets a couple yards in the carry.
Excuse me, that was Cody Rhodes on the carry.
Nice tackle there by Connor Heiner for Brattleboro.
Substitution, so a good pickup there. Gain of about 4.
Yeah, it's going to be a gain of about 4 yards, so we're looking at a 2nd and 6 here for Hartford.
Brattleboro on top.
And again, a lot of the buzz this year was the expectation of what Bryce Landon would produce at the QB position.
Landon hands it off once again. Now that was a big man moving a lot of bodies there on that play.
Yes, indeed. And it took 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 tacklers to bring him down.
To bring Justin Koloski down there. He's a big boy, and he used those pounds to his advantage just then. And that's going to be a first down for Hartford.
Trails by a touchdown, and they are on their opening drive here.
They're on their own 33-yard line. 1st and 10. Just about 7.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Landon under center.
Brattleboro showing blitz. Landon, handoff,
coming to the outside.
Handed off to Jacob Perkins. Perkins rounds the corner, gets hit hard. Helmet falls off on the play. Still a nice gain on the first down play.
Putting that big hit for Brattleboro was Griffin Lynn, and he put a good stick on.
That's right, they're on their own 46-yard line now, so that's going to be a 2nd down and about 2.
I'd say 2.
The Hartford 37-yard line, under 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Of course, Bryce Landon is the son of Steve Landon, who is the JV football coach at Hartford High School, and has come up under the tutelage of his dad. So
Landon under center now, takes the snap, hands it off once again. Perkins with the ball, fumbles it, but a Hartford player quick to fall on the ball there. That was Tanner Potter who fell on the ball there to save his team's possession and keep his team with the ball here.
Well, alert heads-up play there by Potter.
Very heads-up play.
That saved the day for the moment. Still third down and about. We got about two. Still about two.
Yep, very manageable third down. If they were to lose that fumble, though, that would have set Brattleboro up in pretty good field position. So again, we can't express how big of a play that was by Potter there to follow on that ball.
And we can't forget the fact that this is the first game of the year. So.
Well, the Chains game's going to come out here to take a look at this. So we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll have third down from Hartford.
Tony Martinez with a 1-yard touchdown run. Third down and 8.
Welcome back to your YCN Game of the Week. The Chain game just did the measurements, and it looks like Hartford's about a yard short of the first down there.
I'd say more like 9 chain lengths.
I think your estimate was a little bit closer than mine. I'm going to give you that.
That's close.
So 9 chain links away from a first down, and we'll see what they can come up with here on this play. So far, Landry's handed it off every time. So I would imagine they would do a similar play on a third down with short yardage like that.
Or, if you want to get real clever, do a fake to a back and then flip a little pass out in the flat. But we'll see.
That'd be a lot of pressure for your first pass of the season, but we're going to figure that out right now, see what they come up with.
You can see why I don't gamble in Las Vegas, right?
Big bruisers back there along with Jacob Perkins.
Landry lined up back under center. Waiting for the go-ahead from the official.
There we go.
Signal to continue the clock, so it'll be third down and less than an inch here as Landon under center. He's going to give it to Koloski.
Hands it off to Koloski, and Koloski barrels over the first down line and gets a lot more.
There's that old-fashioned style fullback, pure power going right up the middle.
You don't see a lot of that these days, but you're absolutely right. Just use the size to its advantage, barreled through that Brattleboro defense, and that's enough for a Hartford first down.
I would say not sophisticated but effective. It's good to see power football back once in a while.
Nice job.
Instead of this option stuff all the time.
We didn't see your pass play, but the result was good nonetheless.
Okay.
Landry back under center, takes the snap, hands it off to Perkins. Perkins rounds the corner. He's got room, breaks the tackle. He's still going, 15-yard line. Big first down there play from Perkins.
Oh my gosh, there was a touchdown saving tackle right there, and I believe it was by number 28, Taylor King.
Yeah, you're right. That was an absolutely huge tackle to prevent the touchdown there.
Nice bit of running and some good clean blocking out front. Opened up that outside.
But the result is still a 1st and 10 on the 15-yard line for Hartford. Landry under center.
A lot of movement there, but no flag.
Man in motion, and that is Tegan Meeker.
Pitched it over to Meeker. He got hit hard right at about the line of scrimmage.
And he stumbled, too, as he winded that hole. And it was Connor Heiner, number 53, getting the final tackle on that.
So we're seeing a lot of motion, men in motion behind the line of scrimmage here.
You will with the wing T offense. You'll see a lot of misdirection coming back the opposite way. Right now they're kind of sticking to their basic plays. Like I said, it's the season opener.
We got Landon under center. Once again, a man in motion. Fakes the pitch to that man in motion and gives it to Perkins. Perkins sneaks in the end zone.
And I was talking about the wing T and the opposite motion, and that was a classic wing T offensive play there.
7-6 Brattleboro with 4:58 to go here in the first quarter.
We're at about 4:58 to go in the first quarter, and that touchdown, we got a game on our hands, don't we?
I kind of anticipated that might happen.
11-yard gain on that touchdown run.
And looks like we're lining up here for the point after. Hunter Perkins here, set to kick. Kick is up, and it's good. We got a tie ball game. Oh, no good. Excuse me.
Wow.
A little tough to see from our angle. I thought that was through the update from the Brights.
Hartford remains
And
down
makes the
by
score
1.
7-6. Colonels.
Well, it's 7-6 here with Brattleboro at the lead on their home field with about 4:58 to play in the first quarter. We're going to take a quick break with your YCN Game of the Week.
Hey, thanks for showing up and supporting.
Welcome back to your YCN Game of the Week with Brattleboro Colonels leading Hartford Hurricanes 7-6 with 4:58 to play here in the first quarter. Just a reminder that 94.5 ESPN Radio's Franklin In-House Sports Talk Show is coming to YCN. Every weekday evening at 6 p.m. starting next Tuesday, YCN will replay the live recording of 94.5's noon to 1 p.m. Franklin In-House Show. Tune in to hear what is hot in local sports. Well, Dave, Brattleboro is set to kick it off here, and like we thought, we're going to have a good game today. 7-6, halfway through the first quarter. We're going to see some good action today.
I think it's going to be very interesting. And there's a line drive, onside kick. Brattleboro is going to recover it, no problem.
Good heads-up play by Austin Gilbo to fall on that ball after it deflected off one of his returners.
Again, the story's been well documented about the Hurricanes, what they went through last year, losing, and of course the year before losing a legend in Vermont coaching, Mike Stone, who moved on to Norwich University, and Mr. Coach Tromley was installed in late July. They had to throw everything together, and discouraging season, but from the early indication here, they're ready to bounce back.
From the looks of it, they are. And we got Tony Martinez back under center here for the second series for Brattleboro. Keeps the ball, fakes the handoff, lets it loose, and that's another complete pass to Evan Perkins. Nice throw on that. Martinez is 2 for 2 on his pass attempts so far in the 2015 season. That's just shy of a first down, but that's going to be a very manageable about 2nd and 3.
2nd down and 2.
And he's not a big guy. He's 5'10", about 150 pounds, but he's shown he can put it up.
Martinez hands it off to Colton Ravina, and he got the first down. That's another strong runner. It looks like Brattleboro is a team with a lot of options at the back position.
It does. They've been very versatile there. And again, with the passing, they look pretty well balanced in this early going.
And you'll notice Brattleboro is very quick to get back to the line of scrimmage. Looks like they're trying to tire that Hurricane defense. No time wasted in the huddle. Martinez hands it off back to Ravina. Gain of about 1 or 2 yards on that play.
Ravina with the carry once again. Short gain.
So it'll be now 2nd down.
Set up about a 2nd and 9 here for Brattleboro.
And showing some good defense for the Canes that time was number 57, Justin Perro, who's a senior.
Okay, Martinez back under center, scoping the defense. Nobody in motion this time.
Fakes the handoff.
Throw it.
Fakes the handoff, looks to pass, but now he's scrambling, he's running.
30, or excuse me, to the 40.
2 for 2 on passes, and he showed he's a quarterback with some wheels as well. He was able to make a little bit of something out of a whole lot of nothing right there.
That was a good judgment on his part that time. He pulled it down, he checked off what everybody was covered, and did what you're supposed to. You take off with it.
That's a very good point. He didn't make a mistake. He was patient. He saw that he had no open receivers, tucked the ball, and ran.
3rd down and 5.
We got a 3rd down and 5 here. Just under 3.5 minutes to play in the first quarter with Martinez under center. Fakes the pass, drops back to pass, and that one
defensive play.
Absolutely tipped by a Hartford defender, it looked like on that one.
That was number 12. Tyler Hamilton come flying in there with one hand and knocked the ball away.
And it looks like Brattleboro is going to face its first 4th down situation of the season. 4th and 5 here from their own 40-yard line.
Kind of in no man's land.
And the question is, do you go for it?
That's exactly. Difficult field position. You don't know. Punting might not be the best option. They're certainly not going for a field goal, but looks like Martinez is lined up in the shotgun.
Or is he?
Or is he? He looks like now he's dropping back to punt.
Or he could throw.
One to the far side right. And actually, Martinez will step back.
No, he is going to punt. It's a good one.
Good punt away.
It was a good one.
It did take a Hartford roll, kind of helped out Hartford's field position there, but all in all, a good punt. And we're going to take a quick break here from your YCN Game of the Week with Brattleboro leaving Hartford 7-6 with under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week when the Brattleboro Colonels lead Hartford Hurricanes 7-6 with a little over 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter.
And 4 to go.
It's a 2nd and 5 situation on the 30-yard line with Landon under center. Hands it off to Tegan Meeker on the carry.
that went nowhere.
Yeah, looks like a no gain there on Meeker's run.
Number 32.
It's going to set up a big 3rd and 5 here for Hartford.
No gain on the play. 2 minutes.
The Colonels were waiting, literally waiting for that.
They were, and this would be a big stop for Brattleboro if they can get that done here, because that would set them up in pretty good field position.
Sure would.
So this is kind of a big 3rd down for Hartford to keep those chains moving and keep their offense on the field.
Plays on it. He'll go to the shotgun. He's got Hunter Perkins to his left.
Landon in the shotgun for the first time tonight.
High snap. Landon looking, rolling out to his left.
He's his first throw. It's
Complete.
unbelievable heads-up play by that receiver there. That ball was tipped by a Brattleboro defender and reeled in by Meeker. Meeker had the no gain on the play before, but came up with a huge heads-up catch on that play to keep the chains moving and give Hartford a first down.
Tegan Meager was paying attention because as soon as that was deflected, he just wrapped it up and had the presence to keep going downfield.
And Landon back under center. First down play.
Oh, there's a defensive play by the Colonels.
That was pitched over to Cody Rhodes, who got hit hard behind the line of scrimmage.
Number 52, Alex Harrison, came in like a freight train and put a stop to that.
Number 28, Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, that play was busted right from the start. It looks like Brattleboro was right on top of that one. That's going to set up a 2nd and 13 from the 37-yard line. And we're under a minute to play here in this opening quarter.
1 minute to go.
Fast-moving first quarter. Only one penalty so far.
2nd and 13, Landon back under center. Man in motion in the backfield.
Gives it to Perkins.
Perkins with the ball. We got a flag on the play. Perkins bullies his way up to the 40-yard line, near the original line of scrimmage, but there is a flag on the play.
Penalty is here.
Yeah, we'll have to. That came flying through the air during the play.
The call is holding on the offense.
Brought down by WK Jack Agnew.
Critical call here. Let's see what.
Because the officials are saying, do they want to move it back or do they want to make a 3rd down here?
Yeah, it looks like a decision to make by the Brattleboro sidelines.
Chico's first big decision here.
You can either keep the lose the down, go to 3rd down here, or keep it 2nd down and then back them up further on the field. So that's an interesting choice given the field position and the downage.
Looks like they're going to march it off.
Okay, so it's going to remain 2nd down, and that's going to set up probably a 2nd and 18-ish. Oh, even longer.
2-yard penalty remains 2nd down.
2nd and
almost
27.
22.
So it'll be 2nd down and 17 here for the Canes. Clock
Make that 7. Make that 17.
Landon
under center, hands it off.
To the running back who will
Good run on 3rd down here. The 2nd down, excuse me.
35-yard line.
Made some of that back from that holding call, but not quite enough.
It was a good call considering that they were obviously the Colonels are looking for pass, and Coach Trombley decided to keep it on the ground.
Well, we're down to the final 10 seconds here of the first quarter, and it looks like they're going to let the clock run down here.
So that will do it.
So that does it for the first quarter of opening night here in Vermont. Division I football between Brattleboro and Hartford, with Brattleboro leading 7-6. This is your YCN game of the week. Well, a big play right now with 3rd and 13 from their own 37-yard line. Landon's lined up in the shotgun. And he drops back, looking to throw. Flag on the play from the far sideline. He gets rid of the ball, and that's kicked off.
Inside the 30 to the 35 to the 20.
Big play. Alex Harrison is going to take it to the house.
There was a flag on the play.
There's laundry down on the field, but
the flag came out as soon as the ball was snapped, but Harrison read that play like a book, picked it off, and went the distance for the touchdown. Let's see what the call is.
That was about a 44-yard return.
On the field.
But there's a flag on the play. And
well, they're walking back, and Hartford is staying on the field right now, so that's leading me to believe that it could be something against Brattleboro here.
And you can see the officials are huddled to discuss this one.
Yeah, this is going to be a big call right now. Can't reiterate, that was a great play by Harrison to pick off that pass and keep his legs moving after getting hit there, but
he took it about the 44, cut to his right a little bit, found some running room, and just, kept powering until he got. They did get to him at the end zone, but he was in.
Let's
The officials are conferring with Landon right now and the whole Brattleboro defense. So there may be multiple penalties on this play.
Between Landon and the Brattleboro defense.
Brattleboro's clapping right now.
We'll have to.
There was a false start.
False start, yep.
False start on the offense.
And then a personal foul.
Personal foul on the
Brattleboro.
defense. So
They're gonna
those
offset.
penalties are going to offset. That play did not happen, Dave.
That is big
From Brattleboro's point of view, that's a groaner. But from Hartford, a sigh of relief.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. I mean, you make a great play like that, but then an unnecessary roughness or personal foul, that's gonna make a coach pretty upset, even a first-year coach.
And even for the first game of the year, that's not excusable.
And they will have a 3rd down and 13.
Well, I'll tell you one person who's happy, and that's Landon, who gets another shot and an interception erased from his stat line. Landon back in the shotgun.
3rd down.
3rd and 13 once again. Looks like a similar play. Throws in motion.
It's going to be short, though.
Completes the pass to Cody Smith, but like you said, that's going to be about a yard short of the first down.
Taylor King, number 28 for Brattleboro, alertly knocked him out of bounds before he could stretch across to get that first down.
Well, we might see the chain gain again. Oh, it looks like.
He's bringing in the big bodies
13-yard gain on the play.
Pulaski and Perkins.
Well, it's another interesting decision for Hartford. 4th and 1.
Oh, boy.
Midfield on the dot. It looks like you're going for that. Midfield, 4th and 1. I'm not punting that ball. You punting, Dave?
No. You came here to win the ball game, didn't you? So,
Landon under center. He's got.
if your lineman can't give you a yard or less, and that's just what they're going to go with.
Middle first down.
There it is.
Big play by Brett McLaren. Made a big cut behind the line of scrimmage. At the time, I didn't know if that was the smartest move, but he made the cut and got past a few defenders and got enough yardage for that first down. That's going to keep the drive going.
One thing Hartford always has is a solid offensive line. That was showing confidence in the offensive line at the early stage of the season. So, yeah, we're going to give it to our best back and go behind our best linemen, and they got it.
But they are driving. They are in Brattleboro territory.
Well, here we go. It's first down for Hartford at their own 43-yard line. Landon under center.
Brattleboro 43-yard line.
Landon takes the snap. Looks like he's going to keep it.
Powers up the middle. Goes to a first.
Good help from his own lineman there, and that's going to be a gain of about 6-7 yards. Good run there by Landon, showing his legs.
And I don't know if that was a design play or if he missed the handoff. Either way, it was effective.
Well, a secret's safe with me because that was a good 6-yard gain.
It sure was.
Gain of 6 on the last play.
It kind of looked like he was going to hand it off, but then all of a sudden, he just kept it.
Trails by 1 point, 7-6.
Well, we're looking at 2nd and 4 now with Landon back under center. And Hartford putting a drive together.
Comes to the near side left.
Handing it off to Meeker. Meeker came up with that big catch late in the first quarter there. Gets a couple yards on this carry.
And brought down by number 7, Tyler McKinney, who made the initial stop for Brattleboro.
Well, that's another big first down. Hartford is moving the chains on this possession and eating up some clock.
They sure are.
Giving their defense some much-needed rest. All things that I'm sure are making their first-year coach pretty pleased on the sidelines right now.
First and 10 from the Colonel 31.
Brattleboro leads 7-6 with about 10 minutes to go here in the first half. Hartford with the ball, 1st and 10 on their own 31-yard line. Landon hands it off. That ball might be on the ground. I think it was Meeker who let, no, not Meeker, I'm sorry, Brandon McLaren with the carry there, and the ball was recovered by Brattleboro.
Colonel's come up with it.
Big play by the Brattleboro defense, and with that, we are going to go back to commercial for your YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. I'm Mike Pizzone, and I'm here with Dave Nelson. Big play by the Brattleboro defense on that last possession to recover a fumble and set up their offense with a 1st and 10 on their own 31-yard line.
There was a little discussion on that last play. Was he already down? But it's been called and it's in the book.
Martinez drops back to pass, thinks twice about it, scrambles, runs. Oh, and he drops the ball.
But it's out of bounds.
Now you're right. In similar fashion to that last play, it almost looked like his knee was down, but as you referred to, there is no replay in high school football, so it's not like there's any coach's challenge.
For Hartford, it was number 57, Justin Perro, putting on a good stick that caused that ball to come out.
Well, a good break for Brattleboro with that fumble landing out of bounds. They'll retain the ball on their own 37-yard line.
For Brattleboro.
Facing about a 2nd and 4. Martinez under center.
Stop here in the second quarter. They give it to Ravina.
Hands it off to Ravina, and Ravina gets maybe one, if not a no gain here.
Not much, because number 46, Justin Koliski,
Number 57, Justin Carroll.
was one of the first ones in there to put a stop to that run.
No gain.
Here we go, third down.
Third down.
For Brattleboro.
Third down with Martinez under center.
Martinez will go from the shotgun. And he's going to give it to Chiquite.
Hands it off to Chiquite, and Chiquite does not get anything. That ball is loose, but they're ruling he was down on that carry.
He definitely was down. He was on his back, and the ball came out.
Short of the first down.
So a great showing by Hartford's defense on this possession here.
They've come to life. There's no two ways about that. This 3-4 defense by Hartford is showing its stuff right now.
Fourth down
And for the second time tonight, Brattleboro is facing a 4th down. On that last possession, we saw Martinez actually drop back to punt, so it'll be interesting to see what Brattleboro does here, facing a 4th and 4. Martinez is lined up in the shotgun, and it looks like a similar play. Now he's dropping back to probably punt this one away. We'll see if that happens.
For Hartford is Tyler Hamilton.
There's the snap. Martinez kicks it away.
High kick. Hamilton almost ran into his own.
Wow, almost some trouble there on the reception with 2 Hartford players back to receive it. But a good play by the Brattleboro defense. And we're going to take a quick break with your YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to your YCN Game of the Week. I'm Mike Pizzone, joined by Dave Nelson. We're here at Brattleboro Union High School, where the Colonels leave Hartford 7-6 with 8.5 minutes to go here in the first half.
They still trail 7-6 with 8:24.
And at this point, the lights are really becoming a factor now.
Landon hands the ball off to Perkins. Perkins goes up the middle, gains a couple there.
And number 52, Alex Harrison,
Perkins, who scored the only Hartford touchdown so
getting
far.
the tackle for the Colonels.
Gain of about 5 on the play.
Well, that's a gain of about 5 yards there on the carry by Perkins. That's going to set up a 2nd and 5 for Hartford. Have you seen our new and improved website, ycnnow.com? Tune in whenever you want on your phone or computer for individual YCN news stories, chronicle segments, capital connections, and game of the week from YCN, your local view. Now we got Landon under center here, facing a 2nd and 5. Hands the ball up to Perkins.
Gets upside the middle to the 45.
Perkins fighting hard.
Oh boy, he just won't go down.
And some extra yardage there is 3.
And that's good to see. Perkins isn't the biggest kid on the field, but he was pushing back a lot of Brattleboro defenders on that carry.
With all those big bodies in there, is number 7, Tyler McKinney, who was the first to make contact from the secondary.
The lineup here, he'll replace Keaton Simmons.
Third down and
2-yard gain. Third down and 3.
2-yard gain.
3rd down and 3, just shy of midfield for the Hurricanes now.
Ball on their own 47-yard
Landon
line.
back under center.
6 here in the second quarter.
Perkins in motion.
Perkins, they're going to give it to Hunter Perkins. Barrels his way up to the 50 and for a first down.
Hunter Perkins with the carry there, and that's going to be enough for a Hartford first down. Get over midfield and keep those chains moving.
Number 43, that's Hunter
You know,
Perkins.
Mike, with this running attack that's going right now, you got to talk about junior center Kent too. He's a big force in there at 6'3", nearly 300 pounds. And I'll tell you what, he's made a big difference in some of those holes so far.
Yeah, you're right. Those linemen often get overlooked with the glory positions like quarterback and running back, but they've been doing a lot of work, and you can tell that with the yardage they've been getting. Well, that was a fake. That was a handoff over there to Meeker, I believe, and that had everybody fooled, including us, who thought there might have been a sack in the makings.
Again,
And excuse me, that was Cody Rhodes, not Meeker on the carry there.
Cody
right,
Rhodes.
and
Huge run there.
what a beautiful misdirection play. Again, with that wing T offense, you can do that. The whole purpose of the wing T is to start one way and go the other, and there was a wide open hole there.
Yeah, you're right. When you fool the play-by-play guys, you know you've done something right on that.
Well,
Cody Rhodes took the
okay.
ball on here. The
That's going to be a first down for Hartford on their own, on the Brattleboro 29-yard line.
Ball on the Brattleboro 29-yard line.
Landon under center.
Landon Delayed cam now
Gives it over to Perkins on the side. There's a flag on that play, though.
There's a flag on the play.
Looks like
holding.
That looks like it could be holding on the offense there. We'll see what that call is.
Yep.
That's exactly right.
Back it up 10.
Oh boy.
Penalties have
Well, they fooled us on that handoff, but they did not fool us on the
Here,
hold.
number 2, Jacob Perkins, tackle number 23,
back it up
Jack
10
Agnew.
yards for the
Penalty on the
Canes.
field.
But we were talking about that offensive line, and again, the fact that they have a couple of senior guards, Jason Balicki, number 52, and Justin Perro, number 57.
10-yard penalty
Hartford
against
is
our
always,
holding.
always, through the years, had a very, very impressive offensive
Replay
line.
first down.
And looks like that theme is continuing even under a new coach.
Well, you need a good line with an offense like that. Okay, here we go. 1st and 10 on the 44-yard line. Excuse me, 1st and 20. They backed them up a good 10 yards there.
They're almost back to midfield.
Landon under center. Hands it off to Perkins once again. Perkins with plenty of running room. Back to the original line of scrimmage and more.
Landed near the 25-yard line.
Not quite a first down. He was
No,
over
I
the
beg your
original
pardon.
line of scrimmage, but
To be a lot of room
once
on the
again,
edges here
Perkins,
for
he's
Hartford.
the
They're really starting to pick that apart.
scored the lone touchdown for Hartford
Yeah,
today.
number 2, it's
He just
Jacob
shot
Perkins
through there.
in the tackle
And
on the
again, you notice it was the right side
gonna call a
that they're
timeout because
exploiting
they are
right now. The
seeing
right side of,
some issues
well,
here
it'd
with
be
their
left
defense.
side
That's a big run for
of
Perkins,
Brattleboro's
and it'll now be
defense.
second
Well, Brett-
down.
by Hartford running to the right.
Well, Brattleboro is going to take a timeout here, and so are we with your YCN Game of the
On
Week.
the field, 5 week as the Canes will take off.
Welcome back to YCN Game of the Week, where your Brattleboro Colonels lead Hartford 7-6 with about 5.5 minutes to go here in the first half.
And it's been a good first half, too.
It will be second down and 6 here. For
Just a reminder to stay tuned to the end of our telecast for the H.R. Clough Kearsarge Heating Oil Turning Up the Heat play of the game, where we'll pick the play that most impacted today's game.
Scrimmage and then drag back.
Oh, there, that went for nothing with a good defensive effort by the Colonels.
Another strong play by the Brattleboro defense there.
Yes, and that was led by
Still be third
number
down
25.
here for the Canes.
I'll let you do it.
Check Chiquite.
Chiquite.
Chiquite has been a big running back for them so far, but
Yes.
showing his skills on defense as well.
So here we go, third down and 7. Clock continues to move. 5:10 to go.
Big play for the Hartford offense right now. Third down and 7 from their own 27-yard line.
Ball on the Brattleboro 27-yard line. Perkins in the backfield, along with Bryce Landon.
Landon takes the shotgun pass, drops back to pass.
Complete.
What an amazing catch. Once again, they're saying that's incomplete.
Oh, my goodness.
That looked like it was good, but they're saying that was incomplete.
But last second was poked away.
Cody Smith.
It was. If we take a look at it, we'll take a look in replay and we'll let the fans decide on that one. The officials are what counts, and they said it was incomplete. But one thing I did notice on the pass was Landon was looking at his receiver the entire way, and he was fortunate not to have that picked off.
You're absolutely right. On a play like that, you got to check your options and try to look away the defender there. But second opportunity, 4th and 7 here from the Brattleboro 27-yard line. So, and that's going to be a timeout from Brattleboro. So with that, we're going to take a quick break with Brattleboro leading Hartford 7-6 in your YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week here at Brattleboro Union High School. I'm Mike Pizzone, joined by Dave Hand. And just a reminder that our Game of the Week premieres every week on YCN, your local view. Our next game has the Kearsarge Cougars football team traveling to take on Pembroke. And reminder, Game of the Week premieres every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. or on demand anytime at ycnnow.com.
Play set to resume. It's 4th down and 7.
So here we go, 4th down and 7.
Well, big 4th down and 7 play here for Hartford on the Brattleboro 27-yard line with Landon under center. Drops back to pass, and that one is going to be complete. Cody Smith with a big catch there. We'll see if that's enough to get the first down, but a big catch by Smith on the play.
And they're going to say it's short. They're not even going to measure it.
Brattleboro's celebrating. They say it's short.
And they did not do a measurement, so
First down and 10.
that was a statement in itself. I thought that was close enough for a measurement, but the officials are in charge down there.
That's right. From our vantage point, I thought it was pretty close, but you're right. They're the ones that count, and they say it's well short, enough for a turnover on downs and Brattleboro ball.
Brattleboro
And actually, too, the Brattleboro players were signaling that it was incomplete, so it was close all the way.
Will be under center.
Well, here we go. We got Tony Martinez back under center.
Takes the snap and he'll
Hands it off, but he is hit by a plethora of Hurricanes players on that play behind the line of scrimmage. Great play by the Hartford defense.
And Brian, number 75, Brian Moran, was one of the leading tacklers in there. So he plays right in the middle. It's kind of hard to miss.
Well, that's about a loss of 1 on that play, setting up a 2nd and 11.
Stay on the Brattleboro 21-yard line. Colonel's going left.
Martinez under center.
Martinez takes the snap.
A little bit of motion there on the line, but no flags. Martinez is running. Hard hit, but Martinez pops right back up.
Yeah, and on that tackle was Matthew Luck. And I mean, he put the hit on the quarterback. Those are the kind that quarterback says, why did I decide?
Yeah, it was good to see Martinez pop right back up. But that was a gain of about 4 yards. We're looking at a 3rd down and 6 from the Brattleboro 21-yard line.
3rd down for the King.
Martinez lined up under center once again. Takes the snap.
Fakes the handoff.
Fakes the handoff, drops the pass, and that's going to be picked off. Huge pickoff. Tyler Hamilton going the distance, jumps over his own man, and he's in for the touchdown. Tyler Hamilton with a big interception on the Tony Martinez pass, and he puts Hartford ahead, 12-7.
About a 25-yard return on that, and it was just a thing of beauty, and he showed some speed too.
Yeah, let's take a look at that play again.
Yeah, you'll see it goes right to him, and he is immediately when he gets the ball, he's got his sights set on that end zone, and he went down the right side, and he was in.
And now Hartford with an
huge play. Like you said, he had his eye on the prize. He was not going to be stopped short of that goal line. And that puts Hartford up 12-7 here with just over 3 minutes to play in the first half.
And that allows them to go into the locker room with a lead.
And it looks like they're going to go for 2 here to try to up that lead to 14.
Oh, look at that.
Perkins. Perkins just walks into the end zone there, and that's going to put Hartford ahead 14-7 with 3:13 to play here in the first half.
Hartford 12, Brattleboro 7. A Tyler Hamilton interception sets up the touchdown for the Canes. And Hartford with the chance here to add on 1 more, and it looks like they're going to kick the extra point here. And looking like Cody Smith is going to kick this one instead of Hunter Perkins.
Well, I guess we were wrong on that. I guess that was Perkins with the touchdown. That interception, he was stopped short of the goal line.
And we got it wrong. And the point after kick was just blocked. So we're going to go to 12-7 at the 3:13 mark.
Hartford 12.
So once again, that's Hartford leading Brattleboro 12-7 with just over 3 minutes to play here in the first half. And with that, we'll go to commercial with your YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week, where the Hartford Hurricanes lead Brattleboro 12-7. And we were a little confused on that last play. We thought that Cody Smith's interception ended up going all the way over the goal line for the touchdown, but he was actually stopped about a yard short, and it was Perkins who got into the end zone for his second touchdown of the game.
And then the kick was blocked, so that led us to the 12-7 situation we have here. But the main thing again is Hartford hopes to keep that momentum and take it into the locker room with them. Good opening game. Good opening game.
Yeah, you couldn't be more right. I mean, Hartford gave up that touchdown early on Brattleboro's first possession, but since then, their offense and their defense has been up to the challenge.
And it's a low line drive.
Hartford kicks it off. Brattleboro there to return the punt. Gets an extra 10 yards, 15 yards on the return.
To the 40-yard line.
And that's going to set Brattleboro up with a 1st and 10 from just about the 42, 43-yard line.
You know, Mike, I wanted to make a notation that's a carryover from last year. What was in vogue on kickoffs was not putting it in the air, but driving it along the ground. And I see that trend is continuing now this season too.
Yeah, you know, it's somewhat easy to catch a ball out of midair, but when it comes skipping to you and you never know which way it's going to bounce, that becomes a little more tricky for these players.
It's a hot potato.
Martinez lines up under center.
And
first down from his own 43-yard line.
Martinez going to give it to Chiquite.
Gives it to Chiquite, and Chiquite gets about a yard on the play.
Good defense by the interior of that Hartford defense.
That's going to set up a 2nd and 8
Settle in here a little bit here for the
from about the 45-yard line.
After giving up the opening drive touchdown.
So we'll see what the Colonels, what their strategy is. We get into the 3-minute mark.
To move after the 2-yard gain.
Do they want to pull out the plugs and drive down, or do they are they content to run it out?
Martinez under center.
Martinez hands it off to Ravina.
Wow.
Ravina takes a big hit, still gets about 3 yards on the play, but that was a punishing hit.
Tyler Hamilton
Low to the ground.
just came in and level that ball carrier. He's been spectacular here so far tonight.
Well, they're at about the 47-yard line now, looking at about a 3rd and 6. So a punishing hit, but still got the job done. Martinez under center.
3rd down and 7. Man in motion.
Takes the snap, dropping back to pass. Lets one loose, and he's got a man wide open.
What a hit! Oh my God!
Wow,
were we just talking about Tyler Hamilton making a hit? Brother, I'm telling you, that is a highlight. That's a highlight type of play.
Yeah, if it weren't for that hit, that was a 20-yard completion right there, but a big play-saving hit by the Hartford defense. But there is laundry on the field right now. There was a flag at the line of scrimmage.
But still, you got to admire that last defensive play.
But there is a flag on the play, and it's going to be a hold against Brattleboro. It's declined.
The hold against Brattleboro was declined. Anyway, so the play really will stand.
The play will stand, and it's a 4th and 7 from about the 46, 47-yard line here. So once again, it's another 4th down. That's 3 4th down situations in a row for Brattleboro after what was a good start on their opening drive.
And are you ready for this, Mike? Tyler Hamilton is a sophomore.
He's looking at the line.
Wow.
And he's going to back up to punt this one away.
That means good things for years to come.
Hamilton will drop.
As we've seen, he can throw, he can run, and as we're looking at right now, he can also punt.
Martinez takes the snap. Plenty of time.
Martinez lets it go. Nice punt this time.
Nice punt as this one hugs the sideline.
Ooh, and a good bounce in favor of Brattleboro. That's within the 10-yard line. A great punt by Martinez.
Hartford will start, but a beautiful punt.
Well, Brattleboro leads, Hartford leads Brattleboro 12-7 with about a minute and a half here in the first half. And we're going to go to break with your YCN Game of the Week.
However, they're backed up.
Welcome back to your YCN Game of the Week. I'm Mike Pizzone here with Dave Nelson. And it's going to be a Hartford ball from a tricky situation with its own 10-yard line.
Got to be careful here.
Hands it off to Perkins, who has scored both touchdowns for Hartford today. And once again, his legs are moving, and he gets some good yardage on first down. Gets him out of a little bit of a jam.
He's has what they call football quickness. It's not so much that he isn't fast, but he's very, very quick.
And it's going to be a second.
Number 2, Jacob Perkins.
Well, he's been showing that all night tonight.
And on the tackle.
And now we're on about the 19-yard line. Looks like it's 2nd and 1 here with just about a minute to play in the first half. Landon takes the snap, hands it off. Boom! Huge hole.
Our number 27,
Walker Judd with a big run on 2nd and 1. And that's going to be another Hartford first down.
And making the tackle was Tyler McKinney, who probably wishes he hadn't. He thinks he got run over by a train.
That was a huge hole. Great push up front by the Hartford offense.
But we can't express the importance enough. Keep the chains moving, keep your offense on the field, and just try to preserve that lead as much as you can.
With 57 seconds to go in the
So with that, we're going to take a timeout with Hartford leading Brattleboro 12-7 with under a minute to play here in the first half of your Game of the Week.
By Tyler Hamilton in this game.
Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. It's opening night here in Brattleboro, but it's Hartford who's celebrating the lead right now, 12-7 over the Colonels. Well, it's 1st and 10 from the Hartford 36-yard line. Landon in the shotgun, takes the snap, drops back to pass, but nope, he's scrambling. He does end up passing to Perkins, who gets hit behind the line of scrimmage, but still gets about a 4-yard gain.
That was a nifty play because he faked one way and then went the other way, and he had some good footwork in there too.
Yeah, I can't say enough about Perkins' play so far today. Once again, the first contact behind the line of scrimmage, but still gets about a 4-yard gain out of that play. And now we're at less than 30 seconds to play here in the first half with a 2nd and 6.
And it doesn't look like the Canes are, under Mike Trombley, are willing to sit on the ball. They're going to go for it.
They're still moving. Landon hands it off.
Look at this.
Wow, Walker Judd finds a big hole. Gain of about 25 yards on the play. And now they're in Brattleboro field position at the 45-yard line. We got 9.8 seconds left here.
Just a beautiful run.
Beautiful run, but what do you do here if you're Hartford? You got less than 10 seconds left in the first half.
You put it in the air and hope you get an interference call.
See what Landon's arm looks like?
You might as well right here.
Into Brattleboro territory.
Well, like you said, you come here, you play to win the game, so there's no point taking a knee and going into halftime. You got a shot, may as well put it in the air and see what happens.
You know, and one thing we didn't discuss was for Hartford with Matt Trombley coming on board in his second year here. He had a rough go of it last year. He kind of got thrown into the fray. And they struggled to a 3-6 season, losing players, and with all that was going on, now you consider he's probably looking at this. The numbers are back up. Things are smooth in that area. He had plenty of time to prepare, and the Hurricanes are looking good.
Well, it's a big play right here with the ball on the Brattleboro 44-yard line. Less than 10 seconds to play, and Landon under center with 1st and 10. Landon hands it off on the pitch play.
And it looks like that might be
Cody Rhodes on the run. Wow.
Some extra yardage there as Cody Rhodes.
What I was going to say was a good play by the Brattleboro defense. If that is a face mask penalty and that moves them up ahead, that's going to prove costly.
I saw his head go straight down, and that usually means somebody's got a hold of the face mask.
Well, as they sort out this penalty, just a reminder to watch the YCN News every weekday at 7 and 10 p.m. YCN News is a digest of all things local, news, sports, events, and public affairs. TV News is back in the Dartmouth Lake Sunapee region on YCN, your local view. Well, once again, it's 3.9 seconds left here in the first half, and we're going to be on, for now we're on the 35-yard line. We'll see where they place the ball after this penalty, but a big opportunity for Hartford to pad its lead here before halftime.
They're still talking. Yep, it was indeed a face mask, and boy, that's a crushing blow for the Colonels, but an uplifting situation. Well, the good news is the player wasn't hurt who was face mask, and Hartford is in scoring position. They're trying to rapidly move the chains.
Well, we've got Landon under center here from his own 21-yard line. 3.9 seconds left. Drops back to pass. He rolls. He throws. Has a man open. And a huge defensive play by number 28 for Brattleboro, Taylor King.
Oh, that was a beautiful defensive play. It was set up. Hartford set it up, and that's going to end the half.
That's going to end the first half, like you said, with the Hartford Hurricanes leading Brattleboro 12-7. That's your first half. We'll come back with second half action with your YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. I'm Mike Pizzone, joined by Dave Nelson, and we are here for second half action here at Brattleboro Union High School, where the Hartford Hurricanes lead the Colonels 12-7. And it's Hartford that's going to receive the ball here to start the second half. So, Dave, they have an opportunity to add to that lead here, which could be a big first possession for them here in the second half.
Well, when you take in everything that's happened to both of these teams last year, an opening win, it means everything to both of these squads. So I think you're going to see it a hard-hitting second half, and they're going to let everything fly.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. You don't want to start the season 0-1, so these teams are going to be playing for a lot of pride right now. As Hartford takes the ball and gets a somewhat decent return, but a hard hit to end that return.
Oh, boy.
Ooh, and he's limping a little bit there. That's Jack Wozniak with the return there. A little slow to get up, kind of hobble into the sideline. Hope he's all right.
That's one of those deals when the coach says, okay, Who wants to return kickoffs and punts? Don't raise your hand.
I tell you, my hand would be staying to the side.
Yes.
On their own 40-yard line.
First down and 10 for the Canes on their own 40-yard line.
Well, like we mentioned, this is a big opening possession here for Hartford in the second half. See if they can get Brattleboro on their heels here.
Hunter Perkins.
Landon lined up under center.
Kowalski and Jacob Perkins in the backfield. 2 tight end set.
Takes the snap, hands it off to Perkins, the man of the first half, and Perkins, like he's done all day, rounds the corner and gets the first down. What can you say about him?
What made that play, did you we go back and take a look, it was the very first contact, and he just spun right out of the tackler's hands and turned on the speed instantly.
He is not one to stop after getting hit with that first contact, and that's something coaches preach. You get hit, you keep going. Wait till somebody brings you down before you stop moving your legs.
And with his size, he does break tackles, as I said, with no problem.
And that's going to bring up a 2nd and 1 from just about midfield. Landon under center.
Reverse misdirection.
Misdirection over to Perkins, ends up giving it to 32 here. That's Meeker. Tegan Meeker with the carry, gets the first down, and that's going to go to the Brattleboro 45.
Move the chains, and he's got to work. He's got to work the other backs in because obviously the Colonels are keying on Perkins, so he's got to work that in, and then that was done beautifully. Well-timed call.
And that's a very good point. We saw early in the first quarter Brattleboro utilizing a lot of different backs, and that's something that Hartford's clearly doing right now.
Brattleboro that time, number 75, Ty Gunham, 5'8", 260 pounds, was there to say, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah, Justin Kowalski is a big back himself who was carrying that ball, but you're right, he was hit pretty hard. That's going to set up a 2nd and 11 from the 45-yard line.
That was a collision of the big boys.
2nd down and 11.
Yeah, I think I heard some thunder on that play. Landon lined up under center.
Third quarter.
Hands it off to Perkins. Perkins hit behind the line of scrimmage. And a good job by the Brattleboro defense there to stop him well behind the line of scrimmage. That was Tyler McKenney on the stop there. Tyler McKenney along with Evan Perkins, both stopping Perkins from behind the line.
Good defensive play, and they stood him up and or wrapped him up, and that's what you got to do to stop him. And the Colonels that time were successful.
3rd and 11.
They're going to give him the forward momentum.
Ball on the Brattleboro 44-yard line.
Hartford's quick to get back up to the ball, and it looks like Landon's in the shotgun for this play. We got a man in motion, that's Perkins.
Goes in motion.
Landon dropping back, looking to pass, rolls to his left, and he has a completion.
First down.
That's Cody Smith. He's the one who came up with that big interception in the second quarter. Cody Smith with another big reception. That's going to be another Hartford first down.
You know, senior receiver Cody Smith, preseason, he's been talked about a lot. He was being called on to do just exactly what you saw him do, and he's going to develop into an all-star receiver.
From what we've seen today, he is certainly making a case for himself. 1st and 10 for Hartford on the Brattleboro 33. Perkins with the run, he gets a block, and he's still moving. Perkins within the 15-yard line.
Now you see a guy with his size, he's not the biggest guy in the world, but he just carries those biggies with him.
That's exactly right. We've seen it all night. I could not be more impressed with his ability to brush aside that contact and keep moving.
Very impressive. And one thing this is doing, it's not only eating up the clock, but it's giving those Hurricanes so much confidence, especially if they can tuck it in here on their first drive.
That's correct. The longer they can keep Brattleboro's offense on the sideline, the better they're looking. Landon lined up under center. Little giveaway there. Gives it to Meeker. Meeker falls behind the line of scrimmage. Is going to lose about 1 on the play.
Looks like he slipped on the turf there.
And that, yeah, he could have slipped a little bit, and of course with the night coming on, the grass will get a little wet here.
Just a reminder to tune into YCN's Outside Television in high definition on Comcast HD channel 713 or channel 21 for all the outdoors adventures you love. Well, it's 2nd and 13 here from the Brattleboro 18-yard line. Landon lines up under center with under 9 minutes to go here in the third quarter. We got a man in motion. Landon drops back, looking to pass, rolling to his right. Man in front of him, lets it loose, and he just throws that ball away. Wise move by Landon there, showing some smart heads-up thinking there to get rid of that ball and not take the sack.
That's showing good decision-making process. When it's not there, it's not there. So that's what you do, is throw it into the ground.
That's exactly right. Don't force something. You don't want to lose the yardage. Just throw it away. Live to see another day. And that they will. It's now 3rd and 13 from about the 18-yard line.
Hartford has had a lot of success with this running game, but it's bogging down a little bit here now. So we'll see what they come up with.
Landon will be out of the shotgun. 3 wide receivers.
Landon in the shotgun.
Far side left.
Nobody in motion, taking his time.
Landon out of the shotgun to his left.
And he rolls to his left, steps up, looking to throw, and almost picked off by Brattleboro's number 23, Jack Gagnon, but he did get the tip on the ball, and it fell incomplete.
That was close to disaster, or very, very close to being a successful pass. That was just one of those exciting plays.
Yep, could have gone either way, but now here from the 18-yard line, 4th and 13, you're not punting that ball. You're not.
Nope.
Do you try a field goal, or are you just going for the...
I think they're going for it.
Ball on the Brattleboro 18-yard line.
Because if they don't, they still end up putting the Colonels in poor field position.
And that
might as well.
seems to be the thinking here with Landon in the shotgun. Hands it off.
Up the middle and no gain.
Oh, good defensive play right there.
That was Meeker on the carry. Looked like he bobbled the handoff and stopped well short of the first down. So that's going to be a turnover on downs. Big defensive stand by Brattleboro, and they're going to inherit the ball on their own 18-yard line.
But I think Hartford, of course, they wanted to pick up the first, but if they can make the Colonel start with this kind of field position every time, they'd be in good shape.
Almost a win-win situation there. You know, the end result is similar to that of a punt, starting on their own 18-yard line. Not bad field position.
First down and 10 for Tony Martinez.
Well, here we go. Tony Martinez in the shotgun, takes a snap, hands it off.
He will give it to
nothing doing.
Looks like, and he goes nowhere.
Not sure who carried that ball there.
It's a little hard to see with these with the lights and the glare here that we have in the press box. But
yeah, we think it was Chiquite on the carry there, and I think he was stopped right about the line of scrimmage.
Yep, no gain.
55, Bailey Knox.
So we're now looking at 2nd and 10 here for the Colonels on their own 17-yard line. Just about 18 minutes left, or excuse me, 8 minutes to play left here in the third quarter. Martinez looking to throw.
He's going to get sacked.
And that's going to be a big sack by Hartford number 51, Matthew Luck.
Oh, what a beautiful job Luck did on that. They were anticipating, the Hartford defense was anticipating that, and they didn't blitz, but they certainly penetrated.
Well, if you look at Martinez, he's a little slow to get up as well, kind of hobbling on that ankle. Hopefully he's okay, but that was a hard hit from Luck.
They had that one diagnosed out pretty good.
Loss of 8, 3rd down.
Let's see what Brattleboro can come up with here on 3rd down and 17 from about their own 10-yard line. Oh, double reverse. Gabaralt with the ball, and he's whipped out of bounds by a Hartford defender. That's going to bring up a 4th down.
Boy, I'll tell you, the Brattleboro coaching staff showed some courage there with that trick play. They're deep in their own territory, and you're either going to get away with it or you're not. And that time they didn't.
Well, once again, it looks like we're going to see. It's
4th down.
It's 4th down here, so we're going to probably see Martinez doing his quarterback punt combination once again.
Oh, I don't think they'd try anything from here. Other than punt, of course.
Tyler Hamilton,
and that's what it looks like he's doing.
Just shy of the 45-yard
well off his own line of scrimmage, receives the snap, and he kicks it away.
Kick is high, and over-end kick. Hamilton will take it at his own 50-yard line.
Good catch there by the Hartford returner. And he's got some running room. Still moving. That's number 12, Tyler Hamilton, with about a 30-yard return there to set up his offense in great field position.
He took it at the 40, and I'll tell you, I thought he was going to be stopped dead in his tracks, and he turned on the afterburners and took it all the way down to set the Hurricanes up again with a beautiful opportunity to extend the lead with 6:22 in the third quarter.
32-yard kick return.
Yeah, it didn't look like he had much there on that return, but some great blocks by his special team teammates allowed for a big return and some great field position for the Hartford offense. They're setting up on their own, the Brattleboro 17-yard line. Hands it off to Perkins. Perkins gets a few on the play, still moving his legs.
But his forward momentum is going to be marked much further up than where he landed.
Just a reminder to tune in every week for the River Valley and Kearsarge Chronicles, the who, what, where, and when shows of the region. They premiere at 7:30 p.m. every Tuesday and Thursday right here on YCN, your local view. Well, we got a second down and about 6 here from the Brattleboro 14-yard line. Landon appears to be in the shotgun.
Landon looking over the sideline.
Approaching center now.
He's got Perkins and Koloski in the backfield.
Takes the snap, hands it off to Perkins, and Perkins has a hole, and once again, for the third time tonight, Perkins into the end zone.
12-yard run, and that hole was wide open and he went through.
That's going to be 18-7 Hartford lead. Perkins with his third touchdown of the night. What a game by Perkins here today.
He is just really showed us something for the new season. Nice, make that a 14-yard run. And his third score, he has impressed everybody here in this large crowd.
Well, it looks like they're lining up to go for 2 here. We have about 5.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Landon under center, man in motion. Perkins, Landon rolls, but there is a flag down on the play. The conversion is good, but let's see what that flag is all about.
Maybe a hold. No.
Illegal shift on the Hartford Hurricanes.
Yeah, they were. That formation was a little ragged when they came out, and they moved
the extra point here.
Prior to the snap.
Perkins was set in the back.
Well, the good news is they'll get another opportunity at it. They're just going to back them up a few yards and see if they still go for 2 or if they try to kick the extra point here after
Sometimes
that.
When you get put back like that on a 2-point conversion, that leaves the receiver a little more room to maneuver. So let's see if they can still go for 2.
They will retry the PAT.
So back the ball up here.
Fast-moving third quarter. We're at the 5:33 mark already.
Hartford approaching the line of scrimmage. Landon goes under center, puts a man in motion.
That's Tegan Meeker.
And here we go. Landon rolls to his left. Same play, and Perkins is in for the 2-point conversion. So with 5.5 minutes to play in the third quarter, the Hartford Hurricanes lead the Brattleboro Colonels 18-7. And with that, we'll take a quick break with your YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week, where the Hartford Hurricanes lead Brattleboro 20-7 with 5.5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. And it's been all about Jacob Perkins today, as the senior has scored all 3 of Hartford's touchdowns. Hartford kicks it off, Brattleboro back to receive, and a good solid kick.
That's going to be trouble.
Pick it up at just about the 5-yard line, but it's somewhat decent return.
He did do a good return after he checked it up.
Yeah, made the most out of something. Thought that would be a tricky position there.
22-yard line for Brattleboro, and that's where the Colonels will get their second possession.
And we've got a beautiful day turned into a beautiful evening here in Brattleboro. It's just, I would say, just about perfect playing conditions for the first game of the year. And obviously this is a Division I contest, so it counts in the standings.
Just a reminder, if your business is interested in advertising on YCN, or you'd like your team to be televised, give us a call or email at info@ycnnow.com. Well, Brattleboro sets up on their own 23-yard line. Tony Martinez back in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Takes the snap, drops back to pass. And that's a good complete pass to number 22 on the play. That's Matthew Gabaralt. But you're right, that's going to be a no gain on that pass play there.
There's nothing more frustrating for a quarterback to complete a nice pass and then have it lose yardage. It just lost 1 yard. But
no gain, 2nd and 10.
they're calling it no gain. So
Brattleboro quick back to the line. Tony Martinez under center.
Martinez will be under center here.
Takes the snap.
And he takes himself now.
Pitches it off. Tricky pitch to handle there.
Defensive play that time.
Yeah, that was a tough pitch for Jack Agnew to handle, and I think that may have slowed him up a little bit, just enough for Hartford to get the grasp and tackle him behind the line. Or, sorry, just in front of the line.
Tyler Hamilton, I've called his name on defense all night tonight. He has just put in an outstanding game so far for the Hurricanes.
Well, it's 3rd and 8 now for Brattleboro on their own 25-yard line. Martinez in the shotgun with a man in motion. Martinez takes the snap, drop back, and he's trying to run with it, but he is still going to be sacked behind the line of scrimmage.
Second quarterback sack for the Hurricanes.
Well, once again, that is 4 straight Brattleboro possessions where they're going to face a fourth down possible punting scenario.
But you notice the main element here is that old clock down there just keeps running, and that favors Hartford.
And this Hartford defense.
You're absolutely right. That is huge for Hartford.
In the last 2
Keep their defense hot.
So now Brattleboro will punt this one away as Martinez will back up.
Oh, once again, we get to see Martinez playing punter.
And he'll stand right around his own.
As I said, the tricky part about that is at any time as the punter, he can throw it.
Well, that was a tough snap that he dropped on the ground, and it wasn't his best kick of the day.
No, it was pooched, and it went at an angle out of bounds.
Well, with that, we're going to take a quick break with your YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to your YCN Game of the Week. I'm Mike Pizzone, joined by Dave Nelson, and it's Hartford who's on their own 47-yard line with a first and 10. And a big handoff to number 27, Walker Judd, who comes up with a big first down once again for the Hurricanes, Dave.
Walker Judd has done it a couple of times now. He's not the primary back, but when they do give it to him, he produces.
And when Walker Judd has touched the ball.
Well, like you said earlier, they want to mix it up. They've given Jacob Perkins a lot of carries today, so they definitely want to mix it up, make sure he's not taking the bulk of the beating from the Brattleboro defense, and they're doing a good job of that.
And that's to keep the Brattleboro defense from keying on Mr. Perkins. And it works. It's worked 2 or 3 different times.
Yeah, you can't argue with the results, especially looking at the scoreboard right now, with Hartford leading 20-7 with under 3 minutes to play in the third quarter.
Exactly.
Landon takes the snap, hands it off to Perkins. Perkins rounds the corner like we've seen so many times today and gets a good chunk of change.
That was a classic example of his footwork as he kind of picked his way along that sideline, avoiding players, and but he will always continue to go forward. That's the key.
Well, we've seen it all night, and I'm guessing we're going to see it a few more times before the end of this game. Perkins rolling and keeping his legs moving.
You know, this start in this game, good contingent from Hartford made the trip down the interstate for this game tonight, so they're happy once again.
Landon under center, takes a snap, hands it off to Perkins. Once again, Perkins finds a hole, and they can't bring him down. To the 10, to the 5, it's a touchdown. Jacob Perkins with his 4th touchdown of the game.
I don't know. I'm at a loss for words there. How can you do that?
2 minutes and 39 seconds left in the third quarter, and Hartford leads 26-7 behind 4 touchdowns from the senior Jacob Perkins.
And it's remarkable. We got to take another look at that. You can see he starts to his right, gets jammed up, kind of dances sideways for a minute, and then just went straight to the left, shook a tackler, and he was gone.
Well, once again, they're lining up for the 2-point conversion, and it looks like they have got it. Number 27 there with the carry, I believe. That would be Walker Judd with a 2-point conversion. That's going to put Hartford ahead 28-7 with just about 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. And with that, we take a break with your YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. I'm Mike Pizzone, joined by Dave Nelson here at Brattleboro Union High School, where it's the Hartford Hurricanes who lead the Colonels 28-7 with 2.5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. And just a reminder that 94.5 ESPN Radio's Franklin and House Sports Talk Show is coming to YCN. Every weekday evening at 6 p.m. starting next Tuesday, YCN will play the live recording at 94.5's noon to 1 p.m. Franklin and House Show. Tune in to hear what's hot in local sports. Well, Dave, once again, it's Hartford kicking the ball off another touchdown.
I'm telling you, the Brattleboro fans are probably complaining that they didn't receive a hurricane warning tonight because the Hurricanes are back.
Well played, sir. Oh, looks like a good return here by number 22. Has some running room.
Oh, my goodness.
Matthew Gabriel once again with a big return, putting Brattleboro in pretty decent field position near midfield to start their drive.
That was the case on the kickoff where the ball hits the ground and the players have a tendency to stop, and look to see what's going to happen. And the receiver just picked it up and said, okay, I'm gone, and turned on the speed.
Well, Brattleboro needs some big plays to get itself back into this game, so that's something exactly what the doctor ordered. They'll take the ball from their own 43-yard line. Tony Martinez under center. Hands it off. Chikite with about an 11-yard gain for a first down.
Good power running there.
So first downs have been few and far between for Brattleboro here in the second half, but that was a big one, although it looks like Chikite is a little slow to get up. Chikite is still on the ground.
And on the tackle for Hartford was number 57, Justin Perro, leading on the bottom of that pile.
Well, we're going to take a quick break while the officials tend to Chikite. Hopefully he's okay. So when we come back, we'll have more of your YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. I'm Mike Pizzone, joined by Dave Nelson, and Nikite was taken off the field for what looked like an ankle or a knee injury there. But Brattleboro's offense is still on the field here with a 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line. And Martinez fakes the handoff, drops back to throw, has a man, but some good defense by Hartford, and that pass intended for Matthew Garibaldi was incomplete.
And Tyler Hamilton again for Hartford once again. I was playing the deep. The deep back was in there to break that up. He's had a tremendous defensive game.
That's going to set up a 2nd and 10 from the 45-yard line with 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Martinez under center with a man in motion. And he hands it off to Colton Ravina. Little to no gain there. We're going to say that's a no gain. That's going to set up a 3rd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And Hartford linebacker Matthew Luck was one of the first to the ball carrier.
Dragged down by number 43, Hunter Perkins.
Chikite still on the sideline, stretching out that injury.
Martinez will be out of the shotgun.
Martinez takes it from the shotgun, drops the pass, has a man, and ooh. Looked like number 28 there, Taylor King, was going to be able to bring that down, but wasn't able to squeeze it, and that's going to be an incomplete pass and a 5th straight 4th down scenario for Brattleboro.
I just think right at the contact with the defenders, he let that, it was enough, just enough to jar that ball loose.
Yeah,
good effort.
It's one thing to be able to catch a ball, it's another thing to be able to catch it while you're getting hit by 2 defenders.
Exactly.
So we got a 4th and 10 here from the 45-yard line. Looks like Martinez is lined up under. Oh, nope, he's backing up and doing his typical punt thing again.
And now Tyler Hamilton will retreat back to his own 25.
And the snap. Martinez puts it up.
Nice.
Good kick this time toward the sideline.
Bounce right around the 20-yard line of Hartford, and that's where the Canes.
And that's going to set Hartford up with first down near the 20-yard line. So with that, we'll take a quick break with your YCN Game of the Week.
7 to score over Brattleboro. First down and 10 for the.
Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. I'm Mike Pizzone here with Dave Nelson, and it's Hartford ball from their own 23-yard line, 1st and 10, with just over a minute to play in the third quarter. Landon hands it off to Perkins, the man of the night, who has once again running room. And once again, that's about a 20-yard gain from the senior running back.
And for Brattleboro, making a nice tackle was number 23, Jack Gagnon. But did you notice, again, on the running style, how he always seems to be so wide open out there, and he looks for his blocks, he cuts beautifully, he's got it all going.
You're absolutely right, and you mentioned it before. It's not necessarily his speed, but the lateral movement, to be able to shift left and right on a moment's notice. He's really benefiting from that and breaking a lot of tackles. Landon under center once again. Perkins in motion, fakes the handoff to Perkins. Koloski with the carry there, gets up to about the 45-yard line.
I guess one question I have for you, Mike, with the performance of Perkins tonight, how many scouts do you think are here and are going to be keying on him from now on?
Well, if they're not here on week 1, I can guarantee you there's going to be at least somebody here looking for Jacob Perkins in week 2 and beyond that, because he has made a name for himself tonight, the way he's run, moved the ball, and carried his team so far. So we got 2nd and 8 with just under 20 seconds to play here. Ball on the Hartford 44-yard line. Landon under center with a man in motion. 10 seconds on the clock.
I formation now.
Takes the snap. Landon hands it off to Perk. Oh, sorry.
He's got some room to the 25-yard line.
Taylor King this time. Taylor King showing his speed, gets a hefty amount of yardage, and that's going to do it.
Update for you.
Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week, where Hartford, after a 31-yard gain by Taylor King, is set up with a 1st and 10 on the Brattleboro 26-yard line. Landon hands it off to Perkins, who has had 4 touchdowns today, and let's see if he can make it 5, just short. About 1 yard short of the goal line.
Was he going for it or what?
He had his eyes on a 5th touchdown and comes up just 1 yard short to begin the 4th quarter.
And not to overdo it, but you see his spectacular runs. But what makes all that work is that blocking he's been getting too. He reads his block, but he's been getting the block.
It's a very good point. The skill positions get a lot of credit for this, and but you can't get enough credit to that offensive line for creating the holes that Perkins has benefited from all day here. So it's 1st and goal from the 2-yard line, and Perkins gets in the end zone. That is his 5th touchdown today, Dave. 5 touchdowns in week 1.
I guess the question is, how do you top that?
That's a very, very good question to ask.
And with that touchdown,
well, it's 11 minutes and 46 seconds to go here in the game, with Hartford leading 34-11. And Hartford looking to go for 2, it looks like. Correction, no, they did throw the standout. Looks like they're going to try to kick an extra point.
For the PAT, Cody Smith lining up for this one.
That just quieted the Brattleboro crowd considerably.
Cody Smith cannot convert the extra point, so the score will remain Hartford leading 34-7 with 11 minutes and 46 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter. So with that, we'll take a quick break from your YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. I'm Mike Pizzone, joined by Dave Nelson, and we're here for a thriller Week 1 game between Brattleboro and Hartford. And just a reminder, if you haven't seen our new website at ycnnow.com, you got to check it out. Tune in whenever you want on your phone or computer for individual YCN news stories, chronicle segments, capital connections, and Game of the Week action from YCN, your local view. And Dave, once again, it's Hartford kicking the ball off after another touchdown.
Boy, I don't think very many people saw this coming. We were anticipating a good ball game, but Hartford has just broken it wide open, and the Hurricanes are back. There's no two ways. And again, they were aiming all the frustration from last season. They were hanging on this game tonight, and they came through.
And we should mention there has been a few injuries on the Brattleboro side.
Yes,
a big defensive player, Alex Harrison, has been on the sideline for most of the second half, along with their big running back, Czech Chikite, who was injured there in the 3rd quarter. Wow, and Hartford kicks the ball off there. The ball was deflected by a Brattleboro player, and it looks like Hartford's going to recover the ball.
Oh,
So once again, Hartford in prime field position to add to its lead.
You know, that I want to emphasize that because I said that earlier. That what's in vogue right now is banging along the ground and see what happens. And there's a perfect example.
You're exactly right. A lot of times people are looking to kick the ball as deep as they can, but there's nothing trickier than picking up a ball that's skipping off the ground like that. You never know where it's going to bounce.
And in high school football, you know, the players haven't developed that big leg to get it down there. And
if they are, they're playing soccer.
There you go. Good strategy by the Hurricanes.
Well, it's Landon under center once again from his own 42-yard line, and a little bit. Wow. Number 27 there, Walker Judd, keeping his legs moving, pushing that Brattleboro defense, and that's going to be a second down and about 3.
And he has showed his merit as the second back. He's come through every time they give it to him. He has delivered.
7-yard gain, second down and 3.
Hartford quick to the line, Landon under center. Just about 11 minutes to play here in week 1. Meeker with the carry, goes outside, and he gets the first down, it looks like.
I think he did.
Just another Hartford back getting the job done.
30-yard line.
They haven't moved the chains yet.
First down.
There they go.
On your signal, they will.
I think they, rightfully so, are probably resting Mr. Perkins because it could get a bit chippy out there with this big lead. So.
That's a very good point. 5 touchdowns, I'd say he carried his load for the day, and with this kind of lead, it may be time to think about resting your starters and just getting out of here alive.
Misdirection give to Walker Judd.
Walker with the carry there on the handoff from Landon. Another good gain.
25-yard line.
This has completely deflated the Brattleboro Colonels. You look at again at their poor season last year where they only won one game, and they came in with the same expectations that Hartford did, and that's like deflating a big balloon because it didn't work for them, and they're feeling it right now.
We are in New England, so be careful of using that word deflated. But
yeah, that's true.
Landon under center here, 2nd and 4. Hands it off again to number 28, Cody Rhodes.
Look at that.
And Rhodes with the first down.
I'll tell you that Hartford has got that running game going. And again, I think it's a factor where the Brattleboro defense is kind of worn down too and demoralized. So Hartford's taking advantage of it.
And like you alluded to so many times tonight, when you see Perkins having 5 touchdowns, but then all these other running backs with 31-yard gains, 20-yard gains, you got to give a lot of credit to that offensive line for creating the holes and putting out the blocks to give these guys the openings.
Absolutely tremendous job by that offensive line.
Landon puts a man in motion, hands it off to Perkins up the middle, who still is in the game, and gets a couple yards.
Yep.
Right near the 10-yard line, but a gain of 5 there.
Is he going to go for number 6?
Well, when you're that close, it's hard to say no.
They're
on the Brattleboro 10-yard line now, setting up a 2nd down and 5 to go.
I mean, 5 touchdown performances, uncanny, but a 6? Let's see.
Well, he's on my fantasy football team, so I could take a 6 touchdown from him. Landon under center, man in motion, hands it off to Perkins, and guess who? Jacob Perkins, 6 touchdowns.
Oh my God.
6 touchdowns. There's 9 minutes and 6 seconds left to go here in week 1, and Jacob Perkins walks into the end zone for his 6th touchdown of the night to give Hartford a 40-7 lead over Brattleboro.
You know what, Mike? I don't think I've ever seen, I can't remember when I saw a back score 6 touchdowns in one game.
What a performance tonight by Jacob.
And I've been around a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I remember some great performances from, the likes of Stevens alum Cam Blewett with, 4 touchdowns in the game, but I have never seen 6. The extra point, kick is up, and this time it's good. Number 24, Cody Smith, converts the extra point, and that's going to put Hartford ahead 41-7 with 9 minutes and 6 seconds left to go. And with that, we'll take a quick break from your YCN Game of the Week.
Against the Brattleboro Colonels, Jacob 1-7.
Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week, where Jacob Perkins' 6th touchdown of the game has his Hartford Hurricanes up 41-7 over the home Brattleboro Colonels. And once again, Hartford is set to kick the ball off after his 6th touchdown. And Dave, neither of us expected this kind of game today.
No, we were anticipating, a very interesting thing with lots of intrigue. But a 6 touchdown performance by one player, no. Again, I've been in this business a long time, and I don't think I've ever seen one. So maybe it's historic night. We'll have to get out the VPA record books here.
Well, the kick is off, and Brattleboro fields it cleanly.
Now it's picked up at the 35 to the
good running room.
To the 50.
Oh yes.
And into Hartford territory. Nice return there.
That was Taylor King with the return. Gets the ball up across midfield.
Taylor King.
That's going to set Brattleboro up on the Hartford 47-yard line.
41-7. The score here.
Just a reminder to stay tuned near the end of the telecast for the H.R. Clough Kearsarge Heating Oil Turning Up the Heat play of the game, where we'll pick the play that most impacted today's game. And here's just a sneak preview. It may not be one particular play, but there is somebody that I think you and I both have in mind that may or may not win that award.
Yeah.
Brattleboro 7.
The flip side, as I said, though, when you look right here on the near sidelines, the players in the white shirts, this has got to be a very demoralizing, sad thing for them. They anticipated this all through the heat of the August practices and so forth, and come in here and run into this hurricane.
Right there. We welcome you back here.
It's got to be crushing for them.
Well, they did face a tricky team in Hurricane Hartford here in week 1, but I will say Brattleboro began the year 1-1 last year, so just losing the opener to a solid, very well prepared team, not the worst thing in the world. They can certainly bounce back for this as Martinez lines up in the shotgun here. With just under 9 minutes. Oh, and they're going to call a timeout. Didn't like what they saw. And with that, we're going to take a quick break from your YCN Game of the Week.
Timeout.
Welcome back to your YCN Game of the Week. I'm Mike Pizzone, joined by Dave Nelson. And it's Brattleboro ball for 1st and 10 from the Hartford 47-yard line.
So first down here for the Colonels.
Martinez takes the snap, hands it off.
Oh, nowhere.
To Matthews.
He's wrapped up for a big loss of about 5. Brattleboro's just
excuse me, that was Jack Gagnon on the carry, brought back behind the line of scrimmage.
Gains here, especially in the second half.
Just an observation, but it appeared that Jacob Perkins was one of the tacklers in there, and I question leaving him in this long, but he is in there on defense.
You're right. I do see him in there right now, and one thing you can say for that is, your stars, your kids that score 6 touchdowns, for them to still be in there grinding it out in the 4th quarter, that does send a message to those younger kids on the team that, it's a 4-quarter game.
Right back to the original line of scrimmage.
And Martinez got hit hard on that QB keeper. A little slow to get up, but that's going to get...
Ryan Moran, the big fella, came in and just put Martinez to the turf. Yeah, said, how do you like me now?
3rd down and 9.5 here for the Colonels.
4-yard gain. 3rd and 9.
Well, we got about 7 minutes, 45 seconds left in this week 1 opener between Brattleboro and Hartford. And it's good to see Martinez lining up under center, shaking off the cobwebs there.
Will have a 3rd down and 9 here. He'll go under center.
3rd down and 9 from the 47-yard line. Hands it off. Oh, fakes the handoff, drops back to pass. He rolls. He's got some running room. Breaks 1 tackle and gets to about the 40-yard line, enough for a 1st down. That's going to keep those chains moving.
Number 5, Tubby Martinez carries for a Colonel
35-yard line of Hartford. That'll stop the clock as they move the chains.
Justin Perro was the last tackler on that play. He came diving in there to make sure that he didn't go any further.
And excuse me, that's the 35-yard line, not the 40. So that'll be 1st and 10, Brattleboro from the Hartford 35.
1st and 10, Colonels
gain there by
from the Hartford 35.
Clock continues to run.
So Colonels have the ball on the Hartford 35-yard line. Clock continues to move. 1st down and 10 for
Hartford. Martinez takes a snap under center. Hands it off to number 28, Taylor King, and King gets a good chunk of change there for about a gain of 5.
A good effort. He's had a good game. He's showing that he's a good runner, good solid
Number
runner,
28, Taylor
with good moves and power.
Tackle.
Yep, and it's worth mentioning that Chiquite is still on the sideline there. In fact, he has his shoulder pads off, helmet off, and he's still limping very noticeably down there on the sideline. So that's a big blow for Brattleboro right now, as he's being consoled by his teammates.
A couple of key injuries have hurt the Colonels this evening.
2nd and 5 for the Colonels.
Well, it's 2nd down and 5 here for Brattleboro at the Hartford 30-yard line. Martinez lined up under center.
Martinez hands it off to the
Hands it off to Jake Gagnon. And Gagnon was met pretty quickly by that Hartford defense for a gain of
for Brattleboro.
minimal gains. That's going to set up a 3rd down for Brattleboro.
In on the tackle, number 86, Keaton Simmons.
And as you mentioned, that clock is still going down under near 5.5 minutes to play here.
The shotgun here.
Martinez in the shotgun.
Takes the snap and
Drops back, fakes the handoff, and now he's running. He's got some running room. Breaks one tackle, runs over another, and that's going to set him up within the 20-yard line for a 1st and 10 for Brattleboro.
Boy, he did not avoid that tackler, did he? He went right into him.
Yeah, you know, in the NFL, they teach those quarterbacks to get out of bounds or slide feet first, but a high school quarterback with a lot of pride playing for his school, he was taking that contact with a smile.
Here in the 4th quarter.
And that's going to be a 1st and 10 on the 14-yard line. Martinez lined up under center.
14-yard line.
Takes the snap.
Moving left to right.
Hands it off to number 23. That's Gagnon, and Gagnon gives the Brattleboro fans a reason to celebrate. And that's Brattleboro's 2nd touchdown of the day.
Jack Gagnon, a junior running back,
Gets the first touchdown since the opening drive.
A touchdown.
That was
their first one since the opening quarter.
That's absolutely correct. That's a 14-yard gain there, a 14-yard touchdown run for Gagnon. That cuts the deficit to 41-13 with a little more than 5 minutes to play here in the game. Brattleboro looks like it's lined up to go for 2 now. We got number 7 under center. That's Tyler McKenney.
Martinez is over here on the sidelines.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he's in the best of shape, limping a little bit.
And he rolls to his right.
Takes the snap and overthrows a little bit.
Target. And the 2-point conversion.
But once again, that's still a Brattleboro touchdown, and Brattleboro now trails Hartford 41-13 with 5 minutes and 16 seconds to play here in the game. And with that, we'll take a quick break from your YCN Game of the Week. So we have just over 5 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter, with Hartford leading Brattleboro 41-13.
What a way to open the season, huh? I mean,
a lot of fireworks tonight.
And now the cool air is setting in, so it does feel like a little fall-like.
The kick is up.
Short.
Relatively short. And once again, that's going to be good field position for Hartford, thanks to a pretty nice return by Jack Wozniak.
You know what hasn't stopped is the hard hitting.
Well, that's true. Like you said, there is apparently a hurricane in town in the form of Hartford, and unfortunately for Brattleboro, they've been feeling the brunt of that.
So Hartford will have the ball just shy of midfield in their own territory.
17-yard return. Hartford 1st and 10.
Just a reminder that the Game of the Week premieres every week on YCN, your local view. Our next game has the Kearsarge Cougars football team traveling to take on Pembroke. Game of the Week premieres every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. or on demand anytime at ycnnow.com.
And then being backed up, that was number 36, Austin Gaudette.
Austin Gaudette with the run there for Hartford.
And a new quarterback in for the Canes, number 15, Riley Keogh.
So it looks like they're finally satisfied with that lead with under 5 minutes to go, and they're just going to, give some younger guys, some pivotal Division I varsity experience, and just ride this one out the rest of the way.
Remember, it's early in the season, and we've got a long way to go.
Give it to number 26, Dakota Lyman, who sweeps to the outside right, but may have lost a couple on that.
Dakota Lyman with the run there. Going to lose about 1 or 2 on that run.
So we're going to get to see what some of the reserves can do in this situation, and as they run out the clock, or hopefully that's their intent. They're taking their sweet time, obviously.
Third down and 10.
Smart strategy, you know, this time of year, the beginning of the season, you always see a lot of cramping with teams, you know, still getting used to the conditioning and staying hydrated. So, you know, take your time. I'm more than comfortable with this strategy for Hartford right now and getting some young guys some minutes.
Gain of about 2.
That's a carrier for Hartford.
Bring up 4th down.
Gain of about 2 on the play. It's going to bring up a 4th down, but like you mentioned, it's keeping the clock going. And we're down about 3.5 minutes to play here in the game of the Division I Week 1 opener between Brattleboro and Hartford. Two teams that struggled last year, but Hartford showing some signs of good things to come so far here in this opener. Kehoe under.
Cody Smith the punt, but there's a flag.
Looks like a false start on that punt attempt.
Snap, false start on Hartford.
Actually, that's not going to be doing too much damage if it is.
Back it up 5 yards.
It's not, but you're right. You know, these are the teaching points, and getting some of those younger players in the game. You know, they want to see those guys holding their position, no false starts, no dumb penalties. So this is key experience for these guys. And we'll try again with that punt on
So again, we'll redo
4th and 10 from the 48-yard line. The snap is up. Smith takes the snap and punts it.
Good kick.
Very good punt. Very good punt.
It's a nice bounce, picked up at the 15 to the 20, near side. To the
Good return here by Taylor King. Gets them up to about the 35-yard line.
And making a nice one-on-one tackle, number 52, Jason Balecki. For Hartford.
Will have good field position.
Just a reminder to watch the YCN News every weekday from at 7 and 10 p.m. YCN News is a digest of all things local, news, sports, events, and public affairs. TV News is back in the Dartmouth Lake Seneca region on YCN, your local view.
From their own 36.
Well, it's Brattleboro with the ball on their own 36-yard line, facing a 1st and 10, just under 3 minutes to go here. And that is Tyler Martinez back under center for Brattleboro. Good to see him back in the game, okay.
Give it to King, sweeps to the outside.
And King with the run, sweeps outside, breaks a few tackles, and that's going to be a gain of about 5-6 yards on 1st down.
Taylor King.
So they still have their starters in, and they're still going hard. That's good to see. They're still running hard.
That'll keep the clock moving at 2:40, 2:39, 2:38.
They came, you know, I mean, you came
Came
here to play and play it to the end.
6, 2nd and 4.
Got about 2.5 minutes to play here in the game. Martinez under center, man in motion.
For the Colonels. On 2nd down.
Hands it off to number 24, Colton Ravina, and that's going to be a Brattleboro 1st down, which is going to stop the clock.
Early in the first half, Ravina did show some flashes of brilliance. He picked up some good yardage in the first half.
So we're coming up on 2 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the game. Martinez under center, man in motion. Drops back, looking to throw, fires one off, and he can't connect with the intended receiver, Griffin Lind.
Good diving attempt, but he just couldn't pull it in to his body.
Pass intended for number 20, Griffin Lyon.
And I think we're going to be about set to give out an award, aren't we?
Yeah, you know, I think it's about time that we can give out our H.R. Clough Kearsarge Heating Oil Turning Up the Heat play of the game. And, you know, we're going to wing it a little bit. Maybe not the play of the game as much as the player of the game. But senior Jacob Perkins, 6 touchdowns in week 1 of the Division I Vermont football season. I think he is the clear-cut choice for tonight's award.
No doubt about it. You just don't see that every day, and well-deserved. If you tried to pick one play that he made, you'd have a hard time. He made so many, even when he wasn't scoring touchdowns. And I think his total yardage may push a record for Hartford. Certainly the touchdowns will set a record. So that's a no-brainer.
And we did want to give Cody Smith some credit there. He had a big interception there in the first half, and I think he returned that for about 30 yards. Almost had the score. You and I thought he had the touchdown on the play, but ended up being stopped about a yard short in setting up. Perkins's, I believe, third touchdown of the game.
Gilbo
As Brattleboro had a chance there with a wide open receiver, but could not connect on the pass.
That was 82. Tyler Golden.
80, Austin Gilbo.
Gilbo, excuse me.
Second down and 10.
And he had it right in his hands, but he dropped it.
Scrimmage and just couldn't complete.
And
So-
that will happen.
So we've got 1 minute and 52 seconds left to play here in week 1, and Brattleboro with the ball on the Hartford 31-yard line with a 2nd and 10.
Here in the fourth
Martinez
quarter,
under center.
Hartford.
Hands it off, and
Nowhere.
the back is met immediately at the line of scrimmage. Looks like that was Taylor King on the carry.
Number 28, Taylor King.
So we've got 1 minute and 30 seconds left to play here on opening
Third
night.
down and 10.
Opening night is right.
Brattleboro in the huddle, taking their time at this point. Martinez walks up to the center.
So, clock moving.
The Hurricanes are going to find themselves sharing the top spot on Division One.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing, huh? First place in Division 1 after night 1.
Tipped by a couple of.
And I tell you, Martinez got a solid arm there. Some pretty accurate
Yes.
passes, but it seems like his receivers just all day have been pretty well covered.
Number 20,
As there's an injury here on the field by a Hartford defender. Looks like number 83, Wyatt Connor.
10.
So with that, we'll take a quick break with 1 minute 11 seconds left in your YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to your YCN Game of the Week. I'm Mike Pizzone, joined by Dave Nelson, where the Brattleboro Colonels trail Hartford 41-13 with 1 minute and 11 seconds left to play here in the fourth quarter.
Now he's going to scramble.
Martinez scrambles, has some running room, and he's going to be brought. Oh, he's going in for the touchdown.
Oh, what a great individual effort, and not classic case of not giving up.
Nice run.
And you can see by his celebration going into the end zone that meant something to him to not, lay down here at the end in the fourth quarter and to still show that they could stick it to them.
41-yard run, and this late in the game, I mean, he was intense.
So with 59.8 seconds remaining,
Looks like Brattleboro will go for 2.
Martinez finds his way into the end zone. Now they're lining up to go for 2 here.
Very impressed with Martinez all-around play at quarterback.
Absolutely. As we said earlier, he's got a great arm. He can do it all. He can run, he can punt, he can throw.
Takes the handoff.
Martinez drops back to throw.
Right, fires on the run.
And that's going to be a 2-point conversion. Reeled in by, let's see here, number 22.
Look like that one.
That's going to be Matthew Gaboriel.
So,
And that's going to cut Brattleboro's deficit to 41-21 with 59 seconds to play. So it's a 20-point game here with less than a minute to play.
Hartford's going to take a knee on this one. The rest.
Welcome back to your YCN Game of the Week. I'm Mike Pizzone, joined by Dave Nelson, where the Hartford Hurricanes lead Brattleboro 41-21 with just under a minute to play. And as we saw before the break, Brattleboro attempted an onside kick, but was caught a little off guard, not set up correctly, drawing the flag. And ultimately, they're being forced to re-kick the kickoff here. So with 58.5 seconds to go, Brattleboro will kick it off to Hartford.
Kick here.
The ball did not go the required 10 yards, so let's see what they do now.
That one did go the required 10 yards, and
Pick it up.
they're just going to fall on it.
Fall on it.
So now it's going to be Hartford ball from their own 22-yard line with about 56 seconds to play.
I think here, Hartford, you want to have a long count and take a knee, and then take another knee.
Best formation.
Leave here
Victory formation.
intact.
Now this is a play I could have run in high school, the victory formation kneel.
Yes.
And it looks like Hartford is going to do just that. Keogh still in at quarterback.
Looks like it's Kehoe under center for Hartford.
And man in motion. And
Takes the snap,
No, they're
and
gonna
they
hand
do
it
not
off.
take a knee.
And
No.
going right up the middle.
Now that tells you a little bit about the philosophy of Matt Trombley.
Number 36.
We were all, everybody here in this booth was thinking the knee, and he's saying, no, I'm going to hand it off.
Well, to their credit, they've spent a few weeks now, only hitting themselves in practice and
Oh, yes.
scrimmages. So you know what? The fact that they can line up against somebody in a different color uniform, maybe that's all they want right now. So we have 23 seconds to go here. It's going to be another run, probably no gain or a gain of 1 by Gaudet. And And we're down to the final 15 seconds of the Division I opener.
Number 33, Brandon Goddard.
And it looks like that may be enough for the final play of the game. So that's it. It's final as the clock strikes 0. The Hartford Hurricanes open the 2015 Division I Vermont football season with a 41-21 victory over Brattleboro on the road. Hartford starts the year at 1-0, and Brattleboro starts at 0-1. I'm Mike Pizzone with Dave Nelson. Dave, final thoughts on this game?
Just fantastic entertainment. Good high school football, great crowd, everything you could ask for.
Well, that does it for your YCN Game of the Week.
Saturday at St. Johnsbury.